Hello and welcome to North Camp Station here on the outskirts of Farnborough. This is the most southerly station in Britain that contains the word north. And today I'm going to travel up to its opposite, the most northerly station that contains the word south. But can you guess what that is? Well, that's the game. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going. Instead, I'm going to leave you some clues so you can try and guess. And as we get closer and closer, it'll get a bit easier and easier. Your first clue is that I need to travel on 4 different trains with 4 different train operating companies, and it's going to take me just under 7 hours. So, let's get going. It is a rather rainy day today, but between filming the intro and now, it stopped raining, so I have just walked 45 minutes to get here from Farnborough, and I had to put my umbrella up about 3 or 4 times, so yeah, I think that's going to be the theme of today. So, I'm here at North Camp Station. This is the train going in the opposite direction to where I want to go today. This station is located on the North Downs line, and GWR run the train services here between Reading and Gatwick Airport. And as we say goodbye to the train going in the opposite direction, heading towards Gatwick, more facts. So it's located at 51.27 degrees north, and obviously I'm going to be going north from here, which is in that direction. It was opened in 1858, which was 9 years after this line opened, and it was built to serve the barracks, the military barracks based in the area. Hence why it's called North Camp, because it's the North Camp of the barracks, because it was built either side of a canal, the Basingstoke Canal. The military camp still exists, and the area around it has just become known as North Camp, and it's kind of become like a suburb of Farnborough. But of course, the most relevant fact for today, it is the most southerly station in all of Britain that contains the word north. It's actually a really cute little station. It's kind of feels like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's not. There's like a main road there with a bridge that goes over the line. But just in front of that, there's also a level crossing, which is how you get between the 2 platforms. There's no like overbridge or anything. I actually arrived here a bit early, and I saw the previous train heading north to Reading, and the barrier came down significantly early before the train arrived. I think like 5 minutes or something, which seems a bit excessive to me. So if you're coming from that direction and we're trying to cross to go onto this platform, you need to make sure you arrive at the station at least 5 minutes before your train. Otherwise, you're going to get caught out by the level crossing, and you can't get your train north to Reading. So there's a top tip for if you ever come to North Camp Station. One other little thing I just noticed, I think this is an abandoned platform. Possibly a goods platform, because it just goes down there and stops in front of the building, the station building, so maybe it was a goods platform or a terminating platform. It's a guess, it's a guess. Oh, train's coming. I've since found out that this platform was used by soldiers in World War II to board trains to take them to war. So it's very possible that for a lot of people, this was the last platform they ever boarded a train from. That's quite a sobering thought, really.
This is North Camp. The next station is Blackwater. This is a Great Western Railway service to Reading.
So, fun fact, the second most southerly north station is actually the next stop on this line, which is Farnborough North. However, this train isn't going to stop there. It sees a half-hourly service on this line, but they have like a irregular stopping pattern, as in they don't stop at every station. Some go directly through and others stop at more stations. So this particular train doesn't stop at Farnborough North, but the other train every hour does. So yeah, that's just a bit a weird quirk of this line.
We are now approaching Reading, the final stop on our journey.
And we've arrived in Reading, where I need to connect to a cross-country train, a Voyager. So that's going to be fun. So it seems like my cross-country train is delayed, as you would expect, but only by like 5 minutes, so it could have been significantly worse. I do have quite a relatively tight connection at my next station where I'm changing, so hopefully we're not so late that I missed that. But if I do, I've got another plan as an alternative. option instead. Actually, it looks like we might be a little bit later than the boards are indicating. I just looked at real-time trains. My train is currently running 15 minutes late. The boards are saying only 5 minutes. Now, we are scheduled to have a bit of a wait here anyway, because I think it comes in and reverses and goes out. But it looks like the boards are saying the time that it's scheduled to arrive here, not the time it's scheduled to depart. Obviously, it's going to take a bit of time for the driver to change ends and head back in the opposite direction. So, I think we are going to leave much later, well, not much later, but later than 20 past 10. But yeah, we'll just have to deal with what we get. It's cross-country after all. You never expect an on-time train with cross-country, so whilst I wait for my train here at Reading, it's time for your next clue as to my final destination. I really should stop saying that. Ultimate destination, final destination is quite horrifying. But anyway, the station is in a large city, but the station name does not contain the name of that city. So essentially it's a suburb, and also it's a relatively new station. It was opened in the same year as Super Mario Bros. Was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's what I mean by relatively. In railway terminology, you know, a station like this has been open for like 150 years at least. I don't even know, a long time. So yeah, a station that was built when games consoles existed. It's new in railway terms. Heading towards Coventry, which is where I'm supposed to be changing. I did manage to find a seat, and also we left at 10:26, which was only 11 minutes late. Does probably mean I'm going to miss my connection. Maybe I can ride it all the way to Birmingham instead, because yeah, it's scheduled to have a wait in Birmingham, so we'll see.
Good morning and welcome to this delayed 10:15 cross-country train service to Manchester, Piccadilly, calling next at Oxford, Banbury, Leamington Spa, Coventry, Birmingham International Airport, Birmingham New Street, Wolverhampton.
So let's give you some random facts about South stations. There are 47 stations in the UK that contain the word South, but only 27 of them marks it as a compass point, i.e. south something or something south. 15 of them contain the name of the place, so for example Southampton. I mean, technically you could say it's a compass point, but when you're indicating a south area of a something, then it's not quite the same thing. But 3 of them only appear in brackets, and I don't think they appear on the station name boards, like the ones you see at the station. They only appear within the ticketing system. So you've got Bentley, South Yorkshire, Swinton, South Yorkshire, and Newport, South Wales. In fact, one station contains 2 compass points, and I think it's the only one in the whole country that's like that, and that is Southend East. Although you could argue that there are 2 stations that contain 2 compass points, and we're actually going to pass that on the journey today, and I'll explain to you why I believe it's actually only 1 compass point. But yeah, when we get there, I'll explain that. This is where I'm supposed to be changing trains. However, the train that I'm changing to is already gone because we're running 18 minutes late. So my plan instead is to stay on this all the way to Birmingham New Street, where hopefully we'll catch up with the other train because it's actually scheduled to wait there for a bit. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to run across the bridge and jump onto it. So fingers crossed for that.
In about 10 minutes time. Once again, apologies for the delay. Running approximately 19 late now. If you miss your connection from next stop, your ticket will be valid on the next available services. So please don't panic. You can also claim some money back on a delay and repay scheme. So once again, Birmingham New Street, next calling point.
Okay, made it to Birmingham, but we arrived so much later than it said when we were at Coventry, so that means I have missed my connection up north. Cross country strikes again. So I've got about 40 minutes here in Birmingham until my next available train. So I thought I'd just pop out into the concourse and get some lunch and have a look around. Because I don't think I've ever actually properly been to the concourse here at New Street. I've changed trains here many times, but I've always just run right through. So I thought I'd come check it out. It's pretty big and airy, which is a massive contrast to what the platforms are like, which are really dark, dingy and confined and noisy and yeah. If this was your only impression of Birmingham New Street Station, you'd think, oh, it's quite a nice station. And then you go downstairs and it's not. So there's your next clue. That is the train I'll be getting. It's the 1307 towards Glasgow Central. I'm not going to the end of the line though. And in fact, that wasn't the train I was intended to get. I was intended to get the 1207 to Edinburgh. So another unscripted clue for you that I didn't plan. I will have to make an additional change somewhere I didn't mean to. So yeah. Maybe that will clue you into roughly where we're going. It's the end of October when I'm filming this, and Tesco already have their festive sandwiches out. So I thought I'd try it anyway. So this is chicken, smoked bacon and stuffing with cranberry sauce wrap. Taste of Christmas.
Good afternoon, welcome to the new shift on the Birmingham New Street. Services for Glasgow Central, due to Glasgow Central 17.
And as we leave Birmingham New Street heading north towards my south station, here's another clue for you. It's possible to take a train from this station over a UNESCO World Heritage Site bridge. Have you got it yet? Don't worry, there'll be more clues coming. So this is Wigan Northwestern, and this is the other station that has two compass points, kind of. Of course it has the words north and west, and I'm going to argue that it does indicate northwest rather than north and west. And that's why northwest is one compass point and south and east is two compass points. But if you want to just go by words, then yeah, there are two stations that contain two compass points. Welcome to Carlisle, where I've got, unfortunately, a 25-minute wait-ish. It was supposed to be 15, but the train that I'm getting is delayed. But never mind. Well, since I'm at Carlisle now, I might as well just confirm to you that this station is in Scotland, in case you hadn't worked that one out already, and an anagram of the station I'm going to is ugly ethos. Hopefully it's not ugly. Oh, I was kind of hoping this pie place would be open, but it's not. It is very much closed. At the start of the video, I told you I would be taking 4 different trains with 4 different train operating companies today. Turned out that's going to be 5 trains with 5 different train operating companies, because my next train is with Transpennine Express on the service towards Edinburgh. Yes, I am. Say hello. Just found a follower. Welcome to Scotland and Lockerbie. So my next stop is going to be Haymarket, and that is actually where I'm getting off. There's no need for me to go all the way through to Edinburgh Waverley. So your next clue is that I don't need to go to Waverley to get to where I'm going. Haymarket. So whilst I wait for my train here at Haymarket, I'm going to give you your final clue to my final destination, the most northerly south station in the UK. I only need to get this train 1 stop, and it takes 4 minutes. Have you got it yet? If you haven't got it yet, it's probably because you haven't heard of the station. I mean, to be fair, that's understandable. And we've arrived. But where am I? Welcome to South Gyle, located at 55.93 degrees north, the most northerly south station in the UK. Now, I did plan to spend a little bit of time here just looking around, but that was when I was expecting to arrive here during the day. So, yeah, I don't think there's going to be much to see at night, sadly. It's looking very orange around here though. So as I said, this was built in 1985, and it looks like they're actually doing some renovation work on it, which is pretty cool. And 1985, of course, being the year that Super Mario Bros. Was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And also, if you carry on in that direction, in fact, even the train that I was just on, that's going to go across the Forth Rail Bridge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a very functional station that serves the local housing estate, and it looks like they're getting ready to electrify it. They've got some gantries here that don't have any wires attached to it, so that's cool. As far as I can tell, there's actually nothing of interest other than housing in this area. I mean, obviously there's things associated with housing like local shops, schools, a sports centre, but yeah, nothing you'd be interested to go and see as a tourist or a visitor to the area. So I just need to go and get myself a train out of here, at least from the other platform, in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go do that. But before I leave, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of my channel members who are appearing on this side of the screen here. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to join them, just click the little join button down below and you can get access to exclusive content that no one else gets to see. So thank you once again, and I'll see you again soon. And maybe I'm going to do this again with East and West. Stay tuned.